So the first conference given today here at this JDK conference was given by her. She's Pernille. Hello, Pernille.
Hello.
Pernille has talked about these privacy things, this related to big data nowadays. It's a really big deal, right?
Yes, it's a big deal. You really need to understand what is going on.
Yeah, you mentioned like a lot of things that me at least I didn't know. This trackers, some insurance use to to track their clients. I think it's a bit scary.
Well, if you don't mind, you can get 20% off your insurance if you track yourself constantly. So it's an individual choice, but it's also a question of, are we then losing solidarity in our society if all the young and fit do this, right? What about those who are a little fat or who have been smoking a lot of cigarettes? Are they 100% their own fault that they actually have a problem today? And so it's both an individual thing, but also you also always have to look at it from a society point of view.
I think one of the biggest threats for a person who wants to control its privacy, his privacy or her privacy, it's maybe his or her friends who share some information. How can we, stop this without being paranoid?
Well, we all have to look at ourselves now as journalists, because I'm a former journalist. I worked with a newspaper many years ago, and I would never ever talk to you and just put your picture in the newspaper, right? So we all have to treat each other as if you're a journalist. So we just ask each other, well, I take a picture of you, said, okay, I put it on Facebook. And that's what we have to learn, to respect other people's data. Instead of just signing up and giving all your contacts to one app, so you're giving my address to an app. You can give your own data, but other people's data we have to learn to respect.
And one of the companies you mentioned during your talk was Apple. You said Apple's privacy is like okay, seems okay. What about if these modelic companies change their minds? What if they suddenly start to sell data?
That's a risk always. I mean, right now Apple is behaving very well when it comes to privacy because they make money on gadgets mainly, right? But maybe in the future they change their mind because they make so much money on data. Then you have to change a supplier, and that's always the problem. Like WhatsApp, everybody believed in WhatsApp once when it was owned and developed by some Ukrainians, and now it's owned by Facebook, and more people don't trust that. So we have to be awake and see who actually owns this WhatsApp business model, and who can we trust. And then I give my data to companies I trust. I don't give it to companies I don't trust.
And on the other way, on the opposite, there's Google, for instance. They work with data a lot. They commerce, they sell off this data. And I have a question, for instance, for a company who's working with, I don't know, analytics or, for instance, this AdSense. Is it, if they renounce to this because of this privacy thing, they want to keep their data safer? Is it possible to combine it with all this search engine optimization and, well, the paid one and the free one?
Well, I mean, Google is such a big company, so that you can choose, I want to use this and I don't want to use that. And maybe you don't want to use Google Analytics because that is a free product, just like all the free products you have as an individual. It's the same with companies. Why is it free? It's because you're paying with your customers' data. So maybe you don't want to use Google Analytics, but at the same time, maybe you want to pay Google to get some really good search results for your company. And of course you can do that. So you have to think it's not either Google or no Google. You have to constantly look at what is smart for you as a company and what is smart for you as an individual. It's not a question of either or. We are not going to move to an island to be totally alone. It's using data smart for you and your company instead of only smart for Facebook or Google, which we're seeing today.
Well, thank you for this interview, Pernille, and congratulations for your talk.
Thank you.